Hello friends, welcome to TechMart Guru. So in this video lecture, we will cover the module 2 of our course. Module 2 we will discuss about the Elastic Cloud Compute EC2, what is EC2, and inside this we will cover the important points of Elastic Cloud Compute which you need to take care and you should understand the points before going to launch and work on the EC2 instances. So there is a 9 points I am mentioned here. So points are like reason and Joan concept, and the second one is key pair. What is key pair? What is the role of key pair in EC2 instances? And next one is security group. What is security group? We will going to discuss about the security group. We will going to create security group and attach it to the EC2 instances. Then we will move to the type of EC2 instances. What are the types of EC2 instances and what are the family members of that EC2 instances? After that, we will cover the Amazon Machine Image AMI. What is this and how it works? Then we will move to our EBS Elastic Block Storage. We will learn about what is Elastic Block Storage. Then after we go to discuss about snapshots. What is snapshots? How we can create 10 snapshots and how we can create an AMI Amazon Machine Image by using this snapshot. So let's begin. I am hoping you all have the AWS free tier account right now. Can you please log in on the same and do the hands-on whatever we will discuss here in this video. Please do the hands-on so that we all are in the same page when we come to the next video of module 2 S3 bucket video. Then we will have the same hands-on experience on EC2. I don't want you to like skip just go through the video and skip the means like uh, skip the video and means like you if you are not going to do hands-on, then it will be very hard to like remember everything. So do the practice more and more, like 10 times minimum. You just create and delete the instances, log in the instances, so that in your job you can do in very better manner and very comfortable. Don't prepare yourself for only examination and certification. Prepare yourself as for like uh, to give to crack any interview, right? And use this the learning whatever I am sharing with you guys in your real life, right? Then only this video will helpful for you and for me also. Okay, so let's start with our first point. What is reason and zone? So I have make a very small note here, so we are like not confusing anything, and I am going to give you the proper exact things, right? I'm also mentioning the URLs here, right? I will share this note in my descriptions after completing this video. So if something you missed, like it first time, everyone don't have the same capacity like learn it first time, right? So if you miss something here, don't worry, just focus, because we are going to discuss very important things here, right? Okay, so region and zone. AWS have the concept of region and zone. Region is the geographical area, right, where it our data centers will be available. Okay, and the zone is like availability zone. AWS called its availability zone, and the availability zone is the isolated data centers. So what is region? Region is a geographical area. Like Asia Pacific is a geography, Europe is a geography, right? So inside that, whatever data centers are there is called the availability zone, and that particular geography is called the region. Okay. Next is a key pair. What is key pair? Key pair is a secret key to access the AWS resources. Uh, this is the key, like SSH key. You can log into your AWS resources by using this key pair. When you create a key pair, why it is called key pair? This is called key pair because when you are going to create the key pair, AWS created two keys for you. First one is a public key and other one is a private key. AWS share with you the private key and store the public key by itself so that you can log in with your private key to access your resources. Next one is a SG, security group. So security group is nothing, just is a firewall to access your AWS instances, and you can restrict whatever ports or a particular IP can access only those particular IPs or port can access your resources, right? You can allow the inbound and outbound communications by using security group. Type of instances. I am using this URL because this is the official URL of AWS. So just I'm giving you the very basics of what is type of instances. Actually, AWS has divided the instances in some types, like depends on the CPU, memory, storage, and network capacities, right? Means like you have some requirements, like you have a requirement for the CPU only, means you want to run such an application who wants some more CPUs in low memory, right? Means like you want 16 gigabyte of CPU and you want only 4 GB of RAM, right? So the combination AWS divided the some instances on the basis of CPU, memory, storage, and network capacities. So these are the types. You can see here types of the instances of AWS, right? So you can see here these are the different generations of different you can say different family. AWS divided the instances in different families, right? Like general purpose family, compute optimized families, memory optimized families, accelerated computing, storage optimized. As per the name, you can recognize the instances, right? Like general purpose. General purpose is like if you have a very small application and you want just a 2 GB RAM and a 2 CPU instance, then you don't need to means like search for anything. You just go to the general purpose, and you can see here in this family there are different members like T2, then M5, then M4, right? And you if you go through this document, uh, here is also mentioned the use cases, why you are use why you will use the M4, right? And also you can go through if you go through this documents inside the T2 family, you can see the model, means like as per your requirement you can choose the model, right? uh, if you have on need only 2 CPU, right, and 4 GB RAM, then you can choose the T2 medium. If you have some more capacity you need, then you choose the T2 large. One more thing I need to add here, the pricing model of AWS is also depends on the uh, family or models, whatever instance you are used, right? So this is depends on this only. Whatever AWS will charge, it will depends on your instance type, means like which type of instances you are using. It's completely depends on this only. Okay. Next is AMI, Amazon Machine Image. Amazon Machine Image is nothing but an ISO image of OS. Uh, you can choose AMI to launch the instance. Right, in our hands-on practice session, we are going to choose uh, means like an AMI to launch our instances. You can choose whatever, like if you want to run your Ubuntu box or Linux box or Windows machine or Amazon image. You can choose any image to launch your instance. What Amazon machine image is just only the ISO image. It's nothing that much hard or typical. Please don't like confuse about it. This is just an ISO image which is used to launch any EC2 instances. Just understand these words. Nothing worry about it. The EBS. What is EBS? EBS is an elastic block storage. You can say an plug and play device. This is like hardware, hard disk, right? Means like if you want to run any server, right? What you need? You need some configurations, right? To run any server you need a configuration like CPU, you need memory, you need the networking part, you need the OS part, right? It's at very similar manner you also need the hard disk. Okay, so EBS is just an hard disk hardware device which you are choosing what type of, means like you can say like whatever you have requirement like 10 GB, 20 GB, 30 GB, anything, right? So you can choose it. Okay, so let's launch an EC2 instance and do some hands-on practice, right guys? So I am giving you a very simple like trick. Before going to launch any EC2 instance, just remember two things. First one, you should create a key pair before going to launch any EC2 instance, because if you are not creating any key pair, right, then you are not able to access that particular EC2 instance. One more thing, when you create a key pair, that key pair you should have in your local machine, right? Okay, so I am going to create a key pair and name it EC2 demo. Okay, I am going to create it. After creating it, it will automatically give me download it and save the private key. I am going to click yes. Okay, let's see where it is. Here we can see this is our key pair. Okay, I am just putting it here with the name. Okay, it is here now. Let's move to the other part. uh, After creating the key pair, you please create a security group before launching any EC2 instances, right? Don't touch the default VPC security group. It is a default, means you don't need to delete it. I am deleting these EC2 security groups because I have already created it. I have already created it. uh, but for now I will again create a new EC2 security group. Let's in this section when you okay, I think I am very fast. Okay, from where I have got this option here in EC2 dashboard. Let's go to the dashboard again. Here, if you are not able to see in your account on these symbols, don't worry about it. Here is a pin drop. You can select anything and remove it, and whatever services you want, you just pin it ups and down, right? Same thing I have done here. Okay, so in EC2 dashboard you can also create security group from here. Let's create a security group, name it EC2 demo, put the description which you can remember. I'm putting here only for demo. VPC I am using the default. This is only for networking part. We will cover in our next modules, so don't worry about it. Now here is the inbound and outbound rules. By default, all outbound rules are allowed and inbound rules. What is inbound and outbound rules? Inbound rule, as per the name, the communication comes to your EC2 instance, means you are accessing the EC2 instance by which port, right? So you just allow the SSH, choose any custom IP if you have. You can also choose anywhere. I am choosing my IP. This is secure and recommended. So I am using for this demo class, I am using my IP only for SSH. Okay, so only I can access this instance. One more thing I am not covering here. I think I missed it. Is the outbound rule. Outbound rule is like the IPs. Sorry, the port. What are the port range are allowed to go the communication outside your instance, right? So by default, it's 000, means like everyone can access on this. Means like if I am allowing the 80 port, then 80 port some means like some applications can access to my EC2 instance over 80 port, and for worldwide it will automatically open, right? So this is the outbound traffic and this is the inbound traffic. The traffic comes into my machine and the traffic goes outside my machine. That's it. Okay guys, let's launch an EC2 instance. I have 0 instance running in my dashboard. I have terminated some instance. Let's launch. Okay, uh, here you can see we have 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 steps to create an EC2 instance, right? So at the very first step you see here, choose an Amazon machine image. I have already told you what is AMI. AMI is just an ISO image, nothing worry about it. Okay, so for quick start, AWS gives you the reference AMIs, means like what types of machine, what types of OS you want to launch. Okay, in drop down sections there is lots of AMIs. You can choose anything, whatever you want, and here is a section my AMI. We will cover it in next videos. There is also marketplace AMIs. These AMIs are paid. You can choose any AMIs which are paid. These are the LAMP AMIs certified by the Bitnami, which is paid only. So don't go to paid AMIs. For free tier, you can also select here the free tier only, so that only free tier AMIs will be here. Okay, so I am using this AMI, Amazon Linux AMI, for this demo. By default, it's showing you the T2 micro instance, which is free tier eligible instance. I am choosing here. In this instance, you can see we Amazon giving us one CPU, 1 GB RAM, and EBS back. EBS back means like it's already attached with an hardware device, hard disk. Network performance is low to moderate. IPv6 supported. Next, go to the configure instance. Sorry, we skip some. Yeah, okay. Then click on next. Configure instance details. Here we are putting the details. Don't worry about these all things. Just make it default as it is given you. We will cover in our VPC class. We will cover all the networking and subnet part. So don't worry about it. We will also cover the IM role in our IM class. Okay, so just leave it as it is. Just on, yes, one more thing I want to add here. Auto assign public IP, right? Here you can choose the enable. If you are not choosing the enable auto assign IP, public IP, then it will not give you any public IP. It will only give you the private IP, and you are not able to access any instance over the private IP without you have a particular network, right? Means like you should have any VPN or any connections to access that particular network. Okay, next, add storage. Here you can store, choose your means like whatever storage you want, like 100 GB or 20 GB or anything. It's like the hard disks, how much hard disk you want to add. I am for this demo class, I am choosing the 10 GB. Here you can see the volume type, right? There is the three types of volumes, the general purpose, provision, IOPS, and magnetic. The general purpose is as per name, it is performing as AWS supported the GP2 networks. You can see here the volume types, right? There is a three different types of volume you can use as per your requirement. I am just going to give you the small descriptions. uh, what is general purpose, provision, and magnetic, right? I have noted here to give you quick introduction of the general purpose volume. What is general purpose? The general purpose SSD volumes offers you the cost effective storage. You can use as per your requirement, right? Anything you are using, any AWS resources you are using, is completely depends on your requirement, right? AWS gives you some uh, options to compatible with your requirement. So you can see here the general purpose volume you can use to as per AWS, these types of volumes can deliver the single digit millisecond latencies. Okay, because in any hard disks, right? How you choose your hard disk? You choose your hard disk depends on the IOs of that particular hard disk, right? Means IO means input and output, means how many times you can write and you can read from that particular hardware. Okay, so in general purpose SSD, Amazon offers minimum 100 IOPS for 33.33 GB. Means like if you are choosing from 0 to 33, it will give you the 100 IOPS, right? And maximum is a 10,000 IOPS for 4 GB of hardware. Okay, and this is as per name. You can use it in any general purpose, whatever requirement. Like if you are if you want to run any Apache or Nginx or any application servers or any applications, you can use the general purpose hardware, right? But if you have some like if you want to run any database like MySQL database, Oracle database, or any database, right, where the IOPS requirement is more, because database have lots of like select queries and create queries and indexing and lots of operations over there on that particular hardware, right? So at that time you have the requirement of more IOPS. Okay, so Amazon offers you the provision IOPS SSD hardware, where the input output it is Amazon recommended you for any input output operations you can use for like DB workloads or any intensive workload, like if you want to run any big data or any databases, then you can use the provision IOPS, means where we have requirement of more IOPS in you can use the provision IOPS. And the magnetic type is magnetic backed is it's completely depends on your requirement, which shoots means like high workloads where you have the requirement of more IOPS. Okay, so then you can only use the magnetic type of SSD EBS. Okay, if you want to learn more about this, I am putting here the URL. It will definitely help you. Please go through this URL and read the basics of this. Okay, so click on next. Next is add tag. Tagging is just only for the like putting the infrastructure in a sync. So we are tagging any uh, AWS services. So in key section I am putting the name, and in value section I am just giving the name. What name I should give is Ec2 demo. I just put it here. Then click on next. You can see here the instance name and the volume name both are tagged with the same EC2 demo, right? Then click on the security group. Actually we have already created a security group, so we are just selecting over here. Now review and launch your instance. This is the review page. Whatever you have configured, just review this and launch this instance. When you create the launch, at the time of launch, AWS asks you for the key pair. We have already created a key pair, so we are just, it is showing here. We are just, if you are not created at very first, then you can create from here also. Launch the instance. Now AWS gives you the launch logs. It is initializing. Let's click on this. You can see instant state in pending. Status check is initializing. What is status check? You can click here and you got the status check. Actually it's checking the 2 by 2 status. First one is the hardware check and the second one is the networking, what type of networkings are configured. So AWS giving you the instance check. When it is in instance check states, let's go through the description part. We have selected the key pair which is here. We have selected the block device, which is mentioned here. Block device is attached. You can see the public IP is allotted by the AWS. The DNS is also allotted by the AWS by default. This is the private IP address which is given by the AWS to us. Okay. Instance lifecycle is normal. Tenancy is default. Instance is in ability zone US East 1 because we have chosen the North Virginia region. Inside the North Virginia region. This is the region and this is the availability zone. Means like, what is availability zone? I have already told you. The availability zone is the isolated data centers in that particular region, in that particular geographical area. There is a data center in was C, right? Okay, our instance is in status check state. You can see here our status check is pass, 2 by 2 check is pass. You can also see the system status check is pass and instance status check is pass. Okay, and this tab you can see the monitoring. This is the by default CloudWatch monitoring, which is configured by, which is this is the default, right? The default and it will give you the status of CPU utilization, disk read write operations, and etc. You can just go through this. Please note it down one thing. There is an AWS solution architect interview question also. There is a two types of monitoring. First one is default monitoring and another one is customized monitoring. Okay, so if you are choosing the default monitoring, then it will give you the status of your instance of every 5 minutes. Okay, and if you are customize your monitoring, then it will give you the instance status of every 1 minute. So this is the basic difference. For default monitoring, instance status will be in 5 minutes, and for customized monitoring, instance status will be in 1 minute, right? Okay, so after launching the instance, let's connect to the instance. Okay, you can also connect if you go to here. This will give you the process, means like steps how you can connect. If you are using .pm file, like whatever we have created, a key pair EC2 demo, AWS, you can in previous week you can see we have downloaded our pm file, right, in my local desktop. Okay, so if I want to connect this instance with Linux machine, okay, means like my base machine, if my base machine is Ubuntu, okay, or Linux, anything you can say, then I can use the pm file to connect. Okay, I will show you how you can connect with your Linux machine, local Linux machine, or you can connect with your uh, Windows machine. Actually, I am recording this from my Windows machine. So first we will connect from our Windows machine. Okay, for connecting that particular EC2 instance from your Windows machine, you should have two software installed in your Windows machine. First one is PuttyGen. You just Google and download this particular software. This is a PuttyGen. It will convert the .pm file to your ppk file. Okay, because if you want to connect EC2 instance from your Windows machine by using putty, you should have the .ppk extension file. Okay, so Let's connect. First, change the pm file to ppk extension. Select all files, it will show you. Okay, now save the key as a private key. Okay, I'm just changing the extension of this file and save it. Okay, let's look. Here we have a .ppk file. Okay, now we are going to connect to that particular EC2 instance via our Windows machine first. This is our putty. I am putting here, guys, please be careful and watch this video very carefully, because at very first time everyone get confused about this. Okay, just noted down the steps, put it the host name or IP address whatever you want, go to the SSH, then authentication, go to the authentication section, then browse your private key from here. Use your private key. My private key is in here. Okay, here I have put it everything. Now let's move to the session. Connect. Select yes. Now you can see. Okay, one more thing I want to add here. Also, I will share with you guys in description box. Uh, for every different AMIs, like for Linux AMI, for Ubuntu AMI, for Windows AMI, for Debian machines AMIs, every AMIs have a different username to connect, right? By default, Amazon AMI means like the AWS giving you the default AMI, and the RHEL AMIs inside the AMI section, they have the username which is EC2 user. This is a default user, right? So you don't need to worry about anything. You just put here the EC2 user and press enter. It will automatically connect to your instance. Okay, so wow, we are going we are connecting to our EC2 instance. After connecting, it will give you this type of message. Just update everything here, so don't worry about anything. Just put copy and paste and update your instance. Now you can see your instance is ready, and actually it's updating. Now your instance is ready to use. You can create anything. This is an Linux box which is given to you. You are launch that particular box. You can do anything whatever you want to do. Here I am just creating a mkdir techmart guru directory inside home directory of EC2 user. We are here in home EC2 user. I am just creating, sorry, the techmart guru directory. I am able to create this directory, right? Inside, going to this directory, create any file. Let's see. Yes, I can create it. I am putting something here. Let's get, yes, we have. Okay, so in this video tutorial we are able to successfully launch our EC2 machine. Okay, okay, so let's summarize everything what we have done and what is takeaway. So let's summarize everything here. So in this video tutorial we have discussed what is reason and zone concept, the key pair, security groups, type of EC2 instances, what are the generation of EC2 instances, what are the, sorry, what are the Amazon machine image, what is EBS, what is snapshots. Okay, we have not captured snapshots and creation of AMI using snapshots. Okay guys, don't worry about it, I will cover it in our next video. Actually this video is more than 40 minutes, so I don't want to bore you again. I will cover it in next video, which will be, I will do this in 10 to 15 minutes. Okay, so one more thing, I am going to put all this in my description video, in my video description, so please go through this. Also you guys have some hands-on, please do some hands-on. I am putting here the two tasks for you guys. First one is to create an EC2 instance and launch that EC2 instance. Also you guys can launch an Windows EC2 instance. If you face any issue, just put it in comment. And the other task I am giving you guys is to launch an EC2 instance and install the lamp environment. Okay, to installing the lamp environment, please refer this documentations, it will definitely help you. Okay guys, see you soon, keep watching and please subscribe this channel. I am offering you the free AWS solution architect course. Okay guys, thank you very much.